This is the story of Putah Creek, its heritage, its remarkable fishery, and the organization challenged with protecting its future. Putah Creek originates from springs on the east side of Cobb Mountain in Lake County and is joined by several tributaries before entering Lake Berryessa. Before Monticello Dam was built in 1957, steelhead and salmon ran up the creek into the headwaters. But today, the creek's natural flow has been altered. At 300 feet tall, Monticello Dam stores over 1.6 million acre-feet of water in Lake Berryessa. As part of the Solano Water Project, the dam provides flood control and water for agriculture and the surrounding municipalities. Flows from the dam are high in summer and low in winter, in all but the wettest years. Just above the dam, a major feature is the Glory Hole Spillway, a large concrete tube that can release up to 40,000 cubic feet per second when the reservoir is full. The 6-mile section below the dam is called the Interdam Reach. Rich in nutrients, the first 4.5 miles consists of fast-flowing cold water, with runs, riffles, and deep pools. Beyond that, the creek slows as the gradient flattens and flows into Lake Solano. The Interdam Reach terminates at the Putah Diversion Dam, which channels water into the Putah South Canal for agricultural and municipal use. Below the diversion dam, the reach runs eastward for approximately 22 miles, eventually draining into the Sacramento River. Putah Creek's entire reach is a designated catch and release trophy wild trout water, with rainbows reaching up to 30 inches in length. A 2014 survey estimated the population at up to 3,000 fish per mile. For the fly fishing community, Putah Creek is the only designated trophy water on the west side of California's Central Valley. Within the Interdam Reach, Putah Creek's cold water fishery is one of the more unique ones found in California, consisting entirely of wild coastal rainbow trout. Although previous hatchery plantings included brown and brook trout, none have survived to reproduce. The creek's coastal rainbows are late fall and early winter spawners that develop bright and intense coloration, reminiscent of steelhead. And recently, a run of Chinook salmon has been established in the lower creek. Prior to the construction of Monticello Dam, Putah Creek meandered through the Berryessa Valley, a rich farming area anchored by the town of Monticello, which now lies deep underwater. During the rainy season, runs of steelhead and salmon were common. However, with the start of the national dam building boom of the 1940s and 50s, the Bureau of Reclamation decided that the rocky crags known as Devil's Gate on either side of the valley would make a great spot to build a dam. Work started in 1955 and completed in 1957, and it took 3 years to fill the lake. A wild trout population soon established itself below the dam, and this was a well-guarded secret for Bay Area fly fishermen. However, in 1970, an article in a regional magazine spilled the beans, and the creek became a popular destination for both bait fishing and fly fishing. In 1977, due to increased pressure, the state's Department of Fish and Wildlife started a stocking program in the Interdam Reach, with a 5-fish catch and keep limit. Planting continued until 2008, when a lawsuit against the state's hatchery program stopped planting in several state waters, including Putah Creek. Putah Creek Trout, PCT for short, was founded in 2007 by an informal group of fly fishers concerned about the health of the wild trout population, especially with regard to the catch and keep limit. Initial meetings focused on getting the Department of Fish and Wildlife's biologists and the state's heritage and wild trout program managers engaged with their concerns. When PCT became a formal nonprofit organization in 2009, interest grew, backed by a community of more than 900 concerned fly fishers. As a result, PCT's benchmark mission remains solid to increase stewardship and enhance Putah Creek's wild trout fishery. To date, many success stories stand out. In 2009, PCT worked with the Heritage and Wild Trout Program to designate the Interdam Reach a year-round catch and release waterway. In 2014, after 6 years of evaluation by the Department of Fish and Wildlife, Putah Creek was designated a trophy wild trout water. And in 2016, in collaboration with the Department of Fish and Wildlife and private stakeholders, habitat was increased by modifying 3 side channels, adding approximately 2,000 feet of permanently watered stream bed. PCT draws from the observations and experiences of Putah Creek users to provide volunteers for various Putah Creek projects, all targeted at improving the wild trout fishery, restoring the riparian ecosystem, supporting education programs, and increasing access. Current restoration efforts include increasing critical fish habitat, removing and replacing non-native vegetation with native plantings, improving access, trail extension and repair, and the development of outdoor education modules that showcase this remarkable resource. Yet many challenges remain, and everyone involved shares the same concerns: litter, erosion, low stream flows, illegal fishing, and invasive species. Because Putah Creek is a tailwater below the dam, another serious threat is the silt deposits from 2 tributaries during the rainy season. Due to 3 consecutive summers of wildfires between 2014 and 2016, silt deposits increased significantly, and most spawning beds were buried. In the heavy winter of 2017, the glory hole ran fast. This caused severe scouring of the spawning beds and also moved the available gravel away from the beds. As a result, with consecutive years of poor spawning, the challenge of protecting the habitat is even more pressing. Despite the challenges, the future for the entire 28-mile reach below Monticello Dam is encouraging. Restoration of the lower creek below the Putah Diversion Dam is ongoing, with channel realignments and native plant replacements, all designed to improve the stream bed, water quality, and the surrounding ecosystem. A significant and encouraging result of these efforts has been the return of Chinook salmon to the lower creek in increasing numbers. Within the Interdam region, the future for the fishery and the associated ecosystem is also promising, with an increased focus on restoring the ecosystem to a more natural state by controlling siltation and replacing non-native plant species with native ones. These activities are expected to increase wildlife habitat and generate greater biodiversity, both in the stream bed and along the riparian corridor. Efforts will continue to make the public lands of the Reach more accessible to a greater number of users through improvements to trail systems, educational programs, and many other outreach efforts. And what part can you play? How can you become a steward of Putah Creek? Visit us, fish the creek, hike the creek, and take in all that this remarkable ecosystem has to offer. Volunteer for one of PCT's many activities and restoration projects. And most important, your generosity is welcomed and greatly appreciated.